Oh, I'm so sorry. I had to get some candy in my mouth because my mouth was dry. Um, Hi. Sorry it's taking so long to get back to you, but I haven't really been feeling that well these last 2 days. But I want to thank you for being so patient and waiting. Now, this is a follow-up to a reading that we did at the end of December, right? And so basically, we're still dealing with the same person, and you're still concerned about this situation. Um, so what I decided to do is let's read him based on the information that you gave me. Okay, so I have his birth date, so I know that he is a Cancer. I don't know what year he's born, but I don't know what year you were born either. That's why I asked for all the information so that I can um, do the proper calculations. But nevertheless, work with what we have. So, what I did, instead of doing the regular love bite spread that I normally would do, I just did one part of it, and I made him the subject. Okay, so I'm doing the reading as if I was doing it for him, right? So that might loosen up some of the energies and give us some more answers. But we're looking at his love life from his point of view. All right, so let's see what we got. Okay, so the first card that came up for him was heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Oh, I'm sorry. At the bottom of the deck for him, from the Romance Angel Oracle deck, was pay attention to the red flags and the signs of cautioning you. Okay, so that's the general energy of this reading. Oh, I'm so sorry. Anyway, pay attention to the red flags. I'll pull it closer when I clear up this area. Next card that came up for him was worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So I would say that someone that he is involved with, whether it be you or his child's mother, he wants to have heart-to-heart conversations with that person. He's being patient because he believes that things are going to work out. And he just has to be patient because this is going to be worth waiting for. Next card that came up for him was make the effort. It was in reverse. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. But this is in reverse. So I think that in this situation, he's taking his time about something. And he doesn't want to put too much effort into something, or he's delaying making an effort towards the person that he's interested in. And I think what it's saying is that he wants to have a talk with the person, all right? I think he wants to reassure the person that he is worth waiting for. But he's going to explain the reason why he's not ready right now, or why he's not going to make the effort right now. The next card that came up was forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Okay, so this could be related to the heart-to-heart conversations that he wants to have with whomever. That he wants to hash some things out. All right. The next card that came up was codependency. And addictions are affecting your romantic life. And we had said before in the previous reading that it was a sort of a codependent relationship between him and his child's mother. In this reading, that came up in reverse. Codependency came up in reverse. So I think what it's saying is that he wants to free himself from this relationship. I think that's his intentions. He's not going to let whatever that is affect his love life. The relationship between him and the child's mother, he's not going to allow that to affect his love life. But he wants to be in communication with her because that is his child's mother. Maybe he feels he hasn't been making enough of an effort to straighten these things out with her, because the only way he's going to really be able is to have a normalized relationship with his child is to get to some kind of understanding with his mother. If he doesn't want to continue a relationship with her, he's going to have to get her on board, or at least get her to cooperate with him going on with his life. And I think that he thinks that as the child gets older, he will be better positioned to bring another person into their lives. You did ask in your second email, how would you and this woman get along? And I think what he's trying to do is set the stage so that you, or whoever he gets involved with, will be able to exist, cooperatively in this little arrangement. That could be where he is right now. He just might be trying to see if he can just keep her subdued. I don't know why they broke up. I don't know if you know why they broke up. But I think he's just trying to keep everything peaceful right now. And I think he thinks that, he knows what will set her off, and he knows how things will set her off. So I think that's why he's being very cautious with this whole situation. And I think he would want to talk to you and explain what's going on. Let you know that he is worth waiting for. And that this is his plan. The problem is with these Cancer people, men, it seems that they have a problem. It's like you, Bonnie, and Clyde. But Clyde ain't telling Bonnie nothing. She just got the gun. She doesn't know where the bank is. She doesn't know how much money, how many bags. She doesn't know anything about the plan. She just knows she's riding. She's with him. She's got his back. She's there for him, but he's not telling her which bank they're robbing. So she's looking at all the banks they pass them when they're driving by, like, is that the one? Is that the one? Is that the one? And he's staying closed-mouthed about it. Because they stay in their heads and they stay in their shells. That's all it is. It's macho. It's, because they're the man and they know, what they're doing. They have a plan and, they're going to execute it, and you just need to just wait because it's going to be well worth it. It's they're just closed off. They're intelligent people for the most part, but they just don't want to, and they're water signs. So you think a water sign would be full of emotion and sharing. They're full of emotion, but they keep it to themselves. They keep it to themselves. They stay inside of that hard shell, and then they, are just like stuck, and they're just laying there stuck until somebody knocks them over, gets them back, so something causes them to get right side up, and then they move, but they're not going to move until they're ready to. They're not going to move until they're ready to. Unfortunately, that's what you're dealing with, I think, here. So, next 5 cards in the reading were from the Conscious Spirit Oracle, right, by Kim Dwyer. And so the first card that came up here was, for him, throat chakra. I speak my truth and encourage others to speak theirs. And that was attached to heart conversation. So there is some talking that's going to be going on. He's either going to be talking to you about the situation, or he's going to be trying to talk to girlfriend, you know, to keep her in check a little bit. The next card that came up for him was Sun Goddess. I celebrate each sunrise and recognize the healing energies of the sun. But this was in the reverse. And this came with the Worth Waiting For card. Oh, what I wanted to say to you also, he needs to be careful when he's in the sun. He needs to make sure that he wears his sun block, because I'm getting a feeling when I saw this card that maybe he has some kind of reaction to the sun, maybe a sun allergy. I don't know, but he needs to be careful while he's out working or whenever he's in the sun. He should put on sunscreen. I don't know what his complexion is, anything, but it doesn't matter. If you're white, black, Native American, Asian, whatever, some people need to, we all need to be careful about wearing sunblock, but some people are actually, my son is allergic to the sun. How'd that happen? And I was at the doctor. I was like, what are you talking about? He's a black person. Black people can't be allergic to the sun. He's like, yeah, he is. And he does. He gets, terrible. It's not even burns. It's just a reaction, like an allergy. And he gets raccoon eyes and everything. And he's very fair-skinned. And it doesn't happen often because we stay on top of it, and he does know to wear his sunscreen. But even if he's driving, his hand is, most guys, most people, when they like drive for a living, or they're truck drivers and stuff, and their arm is hanging out the window, they'll get a tan or something. He gets an allergic reaction. It becomes a problem. So I needed to say that to you for him, that he needs to be careful with that. Now, back to this. Worth Waiting For with the Sun Goddess in reverse. I think it's gonna take many days. This is nothing that's gonna happen overnight, and I think that's what they're saying. Well, worth waiting for, because it's not gonna happen right away. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna take a while. Next card here, make the effort, right? It was covered by root chakra. I have everything I need to survive and grow on the physical plane. All right. The root chakra is located at the base of the spine. Okay, so this is like your root, But this is in the reverse, as was making the effort. So, is he spineless? Is he not brave enough to deal with her? Maybe that's what, is he afraid of her? Or he's afraid of her reactions to things? Is that what's going on? He's afraid of her reactions, or the way that she will react. He's afraid of her. Okay, next card here is solar plexus chakra. I take actions daily that awaken my personal power. Okay. Right, it's bright. And this is 13, which is 4, which is foundation. Okay, so your solar plexus chakra is right above your navel. It's like your gut. And this is forgiving. This came under forgiving and learning. So forgiving and learning and solar plexus chakra. So, yeah. I think this is something that goes deep inside with him. I think he has a gut feeling about this situation and this relationship that this is the way he has to go. All right. Um, and I think he's working on it, and it's a slow process, and it will be a slow process. But he knows. He knows how. He knows that she can be kind of volatile. That's a feeling that I'm getting, that she can be a little bit of a spitfire. And he's trying to protect himself and maybe his child. But he's working on it. He's coddling her, I guess. But in a way, he's doing it because he's trying to protect himself and his child. He wants to get her to the place where you or anyone that he would bring around would be able to live, but it's not going to be that easy. But he is definitely, that's his intention. Okay, Crown Chakra was the next card that came up for him. And it says, I know I am part of Source and my life is guided by divine wisdom. Okay, so this talks about thinking, allowing Source to guide you, to benefit you towards a greater, good, using your, allowing yourself to be open to Source and messages. But this was in reverse under the codependency, which was also in reverse. So I think he feels kind of helpless. I think he feels kind of helpless and confused. I think he feels like, I don't know if he's a person that has faith, but I don't think that I think he's operating more out of his own mind, his own thoughts, his own intellect, and not really, he's not praying about the situation is what I think. I don't think that he's open to that energy, or he's not as in touch with it as he would need to be in order to deal with this situation. I think he's up in his head because of his concerns about making sure that she stays calm and that his child stays safe. And I think that he knows that she is not going to take this well. And why wouldn't she take this well? Because maybe he has allowed her to believe, or set the conditions for her to believe, that they're still a family and that he's still interested in her. Now he's not with you and he's not with her. And that's kind of perfect place for him to be, right? Because then he doesn't have to answer to anybody. Because he doesn't live with you, he doesn't live with her, he doesn't live with anybody. So, I mean, as far as, a relationship. So, he can't have nobody can be clocking him or telling him what to do. They can't be expecting him or not expecting him because he goes home to himself. So, I pulled some of the regular tarot cards, one for each one of the positions. And first card that came up here was the Three of Wands in reverse. I think this is talking about somebody that wants to move on, but he can't. Not yet. The next card that came up was Four of Swords. Right? But this is in reverse. So I think he's already made a decision. I don't think he's contemplating anything. I think he's decided that this is the way he's going to handle it. The next card, in the sense of just trying to see if he can calm the situation. I don't think this is forever. I just think that this is for until he feels comfortable enough to introduce someone else into their lives. The next card here is the Chariot. Right, and this is his card. It's Cancer's card, right? So it looks like he is going to be taking charge. And he does want to move forward, and he will be moving forward. It's just not going to be right away. But he is moving forward. This didn't come in the reverse. So these are his intentions, are to go forward with some plan. If not to get away from her, at least with his plan. Because he does want to move on with his life. He doesn't want to be with her no matter what. I don't think that he wants to be with her. But it is what it is. You know, he has to have a relationship with her because they have a child together. Next card that came up was the Three of Pentacles. He wants to move forward and he wants to build. He wants to have a future. And this fell under the solar plexus chakra and forgiving and learning. This is the plan that he's come up with. And he is going to stick to it because he thinks that this is the best way for him to be able to move forward. Is to work with her. Work with her. And yes, he may be lying to her. He may be making her think that he wants to build a foundation, all right, and to make a home. The next card that came up for him was Seven of Wands, okay, in reverse. So, looks like he's tired of fighting. He doesn't want any fights. I think that it's not just her that he would have to deal with. He would probably have to deal with her family and people around her. And he doesn't feel like it. He's not up to that. He doesn't want that kind of energy. He doesn't want that energy around his child. So, I think that he's trying to pacify and placate the situation. And he's watching to see when it'll be safe for him to make a move. Because I really think that he has a fear of her reactions. Whatever they may be, I don't know. So, the next thing I did was I looked at the Angel Answers Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. And the card that came up as soon as I started to shuffle was Be Assertive. So I think that this card is saying is that he needs to you know, be a little more pushy, you know, a little more forward, be assertive, speak up for himself, which is what the throat chakra is talking about here, speaking up for himself, having those conversations, but he has to not let things just sit and simmer. The other card that I had pulled before I got that, Be Assertive, was Completion, number 9. So something is coming to a completion in this situation for you. Let's see what that says. All right. We know 9 is the number for ego, so that's the ancestors are speaking. His ancestors are speaking. This card indicates a time for necessary endings and a completion in preparation for a new beginning. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to let go of the old and make way for the new. It may relate to a particular mindset, a behavior, a friendship, a job, a residence, or a relationship that you may have outgrown. Or it could indicate the completion of a karmic lesson. Okay. Could also talk about a completion of a period of study, a contractual obligation. Either way, this card serves as a confirmation that you must move forward with confidence and courage towards bigger and better things. Have no fear of the unknown, for you are being divinely accompanied and guided. This card serves as confirmation that you are definitely on the right path, so surrender yourself to the changes that are occurring and you will be led to where you need to be. Spend time alone to connect with your inner guides, for in this silence you will be given the next logical step to take. In order to improve your current situation, you are asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythms and cycles of your life that are leading you towards a time of endings and completion. So let go of what no longer serves you. Spread your wings and trust in the divine to show you the way. So something is going to be over, all right? And I know that you're hoping it's this, but it's not going to ever be over because she's going to always be around because they have a child together. So therefore, you have to find a way to coexist with her. And it would be nice if he spoke to you and let you know what was going on, because even if you never interact with her during this period of time when he's trying to soothe the beast, you could be learning things about her. You know, you could be observing, you know, even though you're only getting it from a third, you're getting only his side of the story, and there's always two sides of the story. And always remember that when you're dealing with these guys that have these baby mamas and stuff. There's his story, her story, and the truth is somewhere in between, right? If there's a way that you can get to speak to her and find out, you know, her side of things, that would be helpful for you. And it may change your mind about this relationship altogether, depending on the credibility that you would give to her words. You know, they'll tell the other woman that the woman that they're with or the other girl or whatever is crazy and this and that and whatever. And then when you finally come in contact with this person, you know, besides the, you know, emotional part of it, you might find out that she's not that crazy and that she is very reasonable and she knows exactly what's going on, and she feels a way about it, you know. Some cases, some of these people, they're making it seem like their child's mother is so into them, and it's really the opposite. But it helps, it's part of the player game to make you think that she's really still interested in him. Very well, it could be the other way around, or it could just be nothing. Like, I don't know why I'm saying this, but there's some situations where a man will say that he's married or that he has a wife when he doesn't. But that's a cover. That's an insurance policy that you will only expect but so much if you know that he's obligated to someone else. There's no one else. He's not married to nobody. He could be living at home with his mother and his sister. But that's not cool. And they have a little mindset that says that women, you know, if a woman figures, you know, you're somewhere in your 30s or your late 20s or 40s and you don't have a wife or a woman, what's the matter with you? Well, they've been catching on to that part of it too, you know, because we do judge like, oh, we're so glad that we find somebody and he's single, but how come he doesn't have a wife or a woman? How come nobody is checking for him? You know? card that jumped out while I was talking just now. You're ready. So he's ready. He's going to be assertive. Something's going to happen here. Something is going to change about the situation. So you just have to be patient about this. There will be an ending, but I think he's being cautious because he doesn't want to He doesn't want to start the fire. He just doesn't want to start the fire. I think that's what's going on with him. So, I think that's what the situation is. He's biding his time, trying to see when he can find a moment that he can make a move, or at least bring her on board with the idea of him being with someone else. Now, if that is the case, then the question that you need to ask yourself is, why is she still thinking that there's something going on between them? Why is she... I mean, how long have they been apart? Is she nuts? No, she's not nuts. She's not crazy. She's being led on. At some point, he led her on, and she just hasn't gotten over it. Or he's playing, and he's not trying to let her get over it. But I think that he's afraid of her more than anything. I think that's what this is all about. I think he's afraid of her. Excuse me. He's afraid of her. Frankincense. Combs. I love this. And then I put, not these, but I have some of these that I put inside of the High John the Conqueror powder. Incense. It's flammable. So good. So good. And Maya gonna love it. Anyway. Let's clear this out for a little bit here. Take that off the table. I think that's just what's going on. He has a plan, and he's not sharing it to you. So sharing it with you, I'm sorry. So what I would suggest for you is for you to have a conversation with him. Talk to him about it. You know, ask him what's up. You know, like, listen. Tell him. You know, what you need to know. You need to know what's happening. This is not just affecting him. This is affecting you. And if he tells you it's none of your business, then you know that it can stay none of your business. Honestly, if that's his attitude. He needs to tell you either what he's doing and why, or stop doing it and let the let the chips fall where they fall, or leave you out of this equation, or you need to let yourself out of this equation altogether, because he may not have any intentions of doing anything like that with you or for you. But we'll see in a second. I'm just talking. I'm trying to get these cards, his spread, out of the way, so we can look at what you said is going on at your job. And then maybe we could see what else we can find out about the two of you and your relationship. So the next cards we're going to do here, we're going to use the Doreen Virtue Life Purpose cards to look at what's going on about your job, what's going on with your work. So first we're going to see the Life Purpose cards. If the work that you're doing is that your calling, That may be why you have some distrustful people in your midst, because maybe that's not the line of work that you should be in. And that's more than possible. So let's see, just to see if the suggestions that they give could be of any help to you in the situation at your workplace, okay? So, uno momento. Okay, let's see here. Life Purpose Oracle Deck by Doreen Virtue. Let's not play around with this computer keyboard. God knows what'll happen. All right. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Virgo. Okay, so let's see, we can shift the energy a little bit so that we can get the right advice for you about work. Okay. Computer. All right, here we go. Okay, the card that came here for you is music. Your connection to music is healing for yourself and others. Okay, so this could be talking about maybe you sing, okay, or maybe you're involved somehow in music. Maybe you write lyrics or poetry. Let's see what they're talking about. Okay, this card came up for you like a message, like a messenger angel, signaling the need for more music in your life. Music opens your soul to receiving divine guidance so that you can confidently walk upon the pathway of your life purpose. Play whatever draws your interest and notice how each song affects your mind, body, and energy level. Today you're being called upon to create a personal connection with music for healing purposes. This may mean learning an instrument, writing a song, or taking singing lessons. Perhaps there's an instrument you once played that is calling to you again. You might incorporate music into your healing or teaching work, or you may find support and companionship by joining with others to a musical group or class. The Archangel Sandalphon helps and heals through music. Call upon him with this wonderful affirmation. Thank you for bringing music to and through me. You'll receive intuitive messages that deepen healing connections via music. Oh, okay. Well, I, for one, definitely agree with that. I think that music heals and it helps and it leads and it teaches, whether it be lyrics to a song or just a melody. I believe in that. I believe in music, definitely. And sometimes music gives you signals about things that you have no idea why you're getting this, you know. You hear a song go over and over and over in your head, and turns out later on it's connected to something pretty important, but you didn't know at the time. So, saying that you need to have more music in your life at least. Now, let's see about these two jerks at work. I'll just Let's just use the Rider-Waite deck and see if they can tell us anything about your job and these people. And you said that one is a female Gemini and the other one is a male Taurus, and you think that they're sneaky. The Taurus may be sneaky. Gemini might be a follower. Okay, so this is the Four of Wands. So this is family. This is foundations. They're definitely working together. They're definitely working together. Maybe they're involved with each other. They could be related to one another, or they could be planning, or they may be in a relationship with one another. They could be planning to get married or to move in together. Two cards just jumped out. I got the Seven of Cups on these guys. Seven of Cups. This is about different choices, having to make a decision, not sure what to do. But this was in the reverse. So a decision has been made. And the Five of Coins. This talks about someone feeling left out. But this was in the reverse. So no one's being left out. Well, they don't think that they're leaving anybody out. They think that they're working together. They could even be seeing each other. They could be planning on being together. And maybe they don't want people at work to know that they're involved. Yeah. These two could be working together. They could even be living together. And they may be sneaky. But I don't know that they have anything to do with you per se. Let me see if we can... Oh. All right. Let's see what the Angel Oracle has to say, Angel Answers Oracle has to say about these two. Okay, so these two characters. Too much. Okay, let's see if I can shuffle these like this yet. So hard when they're new. I mean, I like it because these are really well-made cards, and they're so pretty. But they shuffle so nicely. They slide. But when you first get them, you have to break them in. All right, so let's see what we can find out about these two. Seem to be working in cahoots. Okay, so do they have any negative intentions towards Virgo female, my client? Are they planning on anything? Is it something that she needs to be aware of about the two of them? Is there something that she needs to be aware of about Okay. Okay, so we got 3 cards here. First card that came up for you was yes with an exclamation point. And then the situation will improve. Now this is yes with an exclamation point, and the situation will improve. And this card that came up was no with an exclamation point. All right, so I think it is telling us that yes, they are working together, and they are sneaky. But I don't think there's anything that you have to worry about. I don't think it's directed towards you. I think that these people are involved with each other somewhere, somehow. And you may be feeling left out because you're not in on the secret. But I think they've already decided what they're doing. They may be leaving the job even. This could be them. Yeah, they could be leaving the job. But then again, it's in the reverse, so I don't think they're going anywhere. Actually, they're not going to go anywhere. And they've already made some decision about that. And they're happy where they are. They're happy where they are. Maybe there was a job opening and a decision has been made. Maybe they put in for a position and one of them got it. Maybe that's why the situation will improve. Maybe one will be moved out of your area and the other one will stay in your area. Let's see what the situation will improve means here. The situation will improve. Your angels want you to know that they are aware that things look difficult right now. However, the situation is going to improve. It may take some time, and there will most likely be some hard work ahead of you. But the effort you put forth will be worth it, and things are going to get better. Now is not the time to give up on wounded friendships, or ailing relationships. There's still hope for the future. Take heart and continue to work towards a partnership where both parties are fulfilled and happy in the future. Okay. So perhaps this is about them. And maybe their attitude around the office. But they're not going anywhere. Definitely not. And whatever this decision was that was made, it's going to cause things to improve in the workplace. And then everybody's going to be able to get along. Okay? Y'all are going to be able to get along. Get your work done. Nobody's going to get fired. There may be some decisions made. Some people may have to move. Switch cubicles. I don't know what kind of work you do, I'm just saying. But that may be what's happening in this situation with your coworkers. Okay, so I hope that was something that made sense to you. I hope it resonated about them. All right, so the situation will improve. That could also be going for a little message for your friend there too, Mr. Cancer. And for you, the situation will improve. Again, this is all about divine timing in all of these matters, especially those of the heart. When we're waiting on someone to make a move and they're not being communicative, it's very abusive, you know, in a way. Not that they're intending it. Hopefully they're not, but it really doesn't help matters when they're not communicating with you, but they expect you to be there. That's difficult, and you shouldn't ask anybody to do that. That's like you want loyalty for what? You know, even if I was the dog, you would come and feed me, talk to me, pat my head. You gotta say something. All they're saying, oh, it's going to get better, it's going to get better. Yeah, but you know, what are you doing to help it get better, and what are you doing to make me feel better about it? That's what's the matter. That's what's got you so upset, is because you don't really know what's going on. His actions don't match his words, right? He's not alone. And neither are you, right? Okay, so let's look at the Akashic Tarot. And I will be looking at the guidebook for that altogether. Let's see what is this a karmic relationship? Is this something that you need? Wow, okay. Is this something that you need? Okay. Is this something that you need to stick with? Okay. Several cards fell out of the Akashic Tarot, so let's see what it's talking about. Okay, so the first thing I see here is that you have three fives came up. That's 15. 1 and 5 is 6. Okay, so it's about love. It's about nostalgia. It's about reciprocity. Okay, well, let's see here. What are they telling us about you and your Cancer friend? Okay. First card that came up here was Archangel Michael. Now we know Archangel Michael is a protector, and he opens the ways. He opens the pathways. So this is saying to me that your pathway is going to be opened. Archangel Michael is protecting you, and he's opening the path. This is also number 9. Number 9 is Ego. So this is your ancestors speaking. And earlier, we got a 9 for him also. So, barriers are going to be broken. Paths are going to be opened. Next card that came here was the Muse. The Muse is the number 15. Again, that's 6. Right? So, you're his inspiration, or you inspire one another. That's how he feels about you. The next card the scribe. Okay, the scribe, it writes, it takes note of what's going on. Make sure that everybody's on their path, or at least they're writing down what you do, what actions you take. Those are the people who determine whether or not you've completed a karmic lesson. This was in the reverse. Okay, so we're going to have to look at the 12, the scribe. So this is a major arcana. So we know that scribes, actually, you have 4 major arcana cards in this reading. You had Michael the Archangel. You had the Muse. You have the Scribe, which I'm getting ready to look up even though it was in reverse. The Scribe. And Hilarion. Hilarion, I believe, is the guy that gives out the assignments and keeps everybody updated on the happenings, all of your relatives, all the people who are waiting to come back down, or to see whether or not you accomplished your karmic contract, to see if they get to ascend, or they got to come back and do it again because you didn't do it right. Wow. Okay. They just sent that little one to me. You're welcome. Next, the scribe. Okay. Luckily, it has reversals in here too. You must be ignoring opportunities for higher learning or uplifting discoveries. Studies that can take you far above where you find yourself today. Or you may have been asked to lead a group or share your gifts in some way, and you haven't responded. In a personal matter, you may be closing your mind to new and broader thought, which limits you from dealing with that issue successfully. Anyway, this is, why are these cards falling out of my fingers? This is reminiscent also of what they're saying here about the chakra, his chakra that was closed, right? Or his third eye chakra. Was it? No. Yeah. It was, he had it in reverse, right? So he wasn't being logical, or he wasn't thinking straight, or he was closed-minded because he thinks that he has the answers. Stop holding yourself back. There is more for you, much more, if you assume the mantle of higher intellect every moment. Open your mind and keep opening it. Know that this is much more than just positive thinking. It's power thinking. During this time, writing projects you wish to pursue may even seem thwarted. Let yourself step back and take some time. Other opportunities and other such submissions will be coming. If you're involved in a legal situation, be sure to find the right person to help you, as you may be meeting lawyers or professionals who present themselves falsely. Investigate thoroughly and use your intuition so you don't get misled. If you're diligent, you'll find the right counsel. Okay. So if anything at your job has to do with writing or submitting proposals or reports and things like that, take your time with it. All right. And make sure that it's done properly. If you're looking for an attorney, a tax person, somebody like that, at this time of the year, a lot of us are, be careful that these people are certified and they have scruples. the Hilarion. Well, again, that's another 5. Okay, Hilarion. Seen here with spirit and the implements of study and scientific discovery. Let's put this over here and let's bring it a little closer so you can see. See, all of those people, like those are ghosts. All of these people, these are spirits. And he is reading out of a book to them. And the more you look, the more images of people you see in the picture. There's a little boy sitting on the floor over here. There's a little girl next to this lady over here. Then there's a lady and there's a man behind him and another lady behind him looking in the window. A couple other people over this side. It's like everybody's waiting for their instructions or to hear what's going on, see what their next assignment is going to be, see what is the latest that's going on. That's what I got out of it just by looking at the card itself. Now, number 5. Seen here with spirit and the implements of study and scientific discovery. Hilarion is a powerful ascended master and a wonderful connection to the font of information that the Akashic records hold. He is the master of research, science, truth, healing, logical mind, and concrete knowledge. Communications with the spirit. So if you've been thinking about pursuing an endeavor in these areas, now's the time to start. Like the angels and other masters, Hilarion is always available to you. Receiving this card upright is telling you that his assistance is close at hand. If you're working on a project that requires research, a strong academic approach, and attention to detail, it's full steam ahead. It's time to open to this master's energy. If you have a job that involves any type of evidence detection and drawing conclusions from that discovery, these types of jobs include scientific research, mediumship, forensic activity, the law, medical testing, and more. These and similar activities should be on the rise for you now. This is the time to bring a logical approach to all of your pursuits. Hilarion is right there for you, blessing you with health, clarity, and direction. Close your eyes and sense Master Hilarion beside you. Feel your energy lift and your vibration quicken. Notice a new mental energy of alertness and easy understanding. Your mind is open like a boundless sky, and everything becomes clear and bright. Bring that brightness to any issue in your life that needs clarity now. Okay, so that's good advice. Talk to Master Hilarion. Let him step in. He knows. He's knowledgeable. He may even know how to deal with crazy ex-girlfriends, baby mamas. If there be any. And if they're not, maybe he'll let you know what's going on with homie. He could tell you for sure. The next card that came for you was the 5 of Roses. The garden. So these two people are playing in the yard, the backyard, I guess, the garden. And she is smelling. Actually, no, she's not smelling nothing. She's got a little. She actually has one of these. What do you call it? Magnifying glass. And she is absolutely checking out the butterfly with the magnifying glass. Now, if I didn't have this magnifying glass, I wouldn't be able to see that well. But yes. And he, what is he doing over there? I can't tell. He's got his. Oh, he's playing with a bird. He's playing with a bird. It could be a hawk, a falcon. Is that what is going on? I lost my glasses again. And exactly where I know where I was, but nobody saw it. Hopefully somebody figures out that they put it in their purse by mistake, because I think that's all that happened. Okay, so there's not a falcon there. Okay, sorry. I got caught up in this card. Well, this seems to be a pretty happy scene. These two people are doing whatever it is they're doing, and they're really not interacting with one another. But everything looks quiet on the surface right there. Right? She's doing what she's doing. He's doing what he's doing. She's not even looking back at him. He's comfortable. He doesn't even have shoes on. She's more interested in that butterfly than anything. Okay, let's see what Five of Roses is talking about in these cards. The garden. And this again, Five of Roses. The Hilarion is a 5. You got another 5 there. All right. Well, this is about love. Definitely about love. 5 is Oshun's number. Oshun is the Orisha that controls, well, she's the Orisha that is in charge of love. 5 of Roses. Okay. 5 of Roses. The garden. 2 children play in a shiny, lush green garden. A boy shoots a slingshot. Oh, it's a slingshot, is it? Okay. I didn't like a frame or something, but it's hard to see. Okay. The boy shoots a slingshot while the girl next to him watches a butterfly in the flowers with a magnifying glass. Well, at least I got that right, huh? If children aren't part of your life already, this card could show their arrival. It could also indicate that your children, even adult children, could be becoming more of a focus for you. There may have been some concerns of their own. They may have some concerns of their own, but even so, opportunities for things to mend come easily right now. So that's good. Maybe it means that your friend's method of working with his child's mother is working. There also may be a real change and benefit for one of your children who has made a special effort recently. A real change for one of your children who has made a special effort recently. Now, making the effort card was in the reverse for your partner. But maybe the child did something special at school. Maybe that's what they're referring to. This is a very advantageous time for children around you. Enjoy it and help them enjoy it also. And, you asked about children and having children. And as I was reading that, it came to me that probably would be the way to heal the situation, which is crazy because children should never be used to heal the situation, and I'm not advocating that at all. But what I'm saying is that if he were to move on and get married and start a family, that would be siblings to his child that he already has. That may be the icebreaker that he needs. I don't think that she's going to try to keep her son or daughter, her child, from interacting with their siblings. That's extra. So maybe if you and he do get together and you have children, it may take a long time, Hopefully he gets this straightened out within the next few days. But at some point in the future, if you all are together and this is still an issue, I would venture to say that if you two were married, one, and had kids, two, she would give it a rest. She'd be on board with just making sure that his son maintained his position as his oldest child, very important to some people. Two, that he knows his siblings. I don't think that most women would want to come between a child knowing their siblings. She may have a problem with the stepmother or the father's wife or whatever, but kids are different. I think that she would allow that, especially if the child was excited about having younger siblings. That just came to me to say to you. So maybe that's something that you can keep in the back of your mind. Because I know you do want children. But sometimes we get children that we inherit. Okay? The next card that came up here was Seven of Forces. This is balance. Okay? This is studying, learning. Balance is like the Chariot, right? In the regular tarot, the Chariot is balance, and that's also the card of Cancer. There's a Libra there in the middle there. Balance, justice, open-mindedness, education, learning. This is the same as the Seven of Wands. Yes, I believe this is the Seven of Wands that we got for him earlier. I believe that this is reminiscent of that. And so that was in reverse. This is straight up. So this may be that he has enough ammunition now. He's studied enough. He's did his research. He has enough to stand up with confidence and assert himself. Right? We asked him to be assertive. So this may be what's going on. He may have learned some things. He may be learning some things of whatever he's done. He's going to be able to balance out the situation. Five of Forces. This card represents summer and winter. Now that's not like one season next to each other. That's 2 seasons away. A season away from each other. There's summer and then autumn and then winter. Winter, spring, and summer. So autumn and spring get in between summer and winter. But when they have this card has a summer scene and a winter scene. So it's they've got two different scenes going on. So if it's on the upright like this, it is the Five of Forces. If it were, they're both the Five of Forces, but this is summer, and this would have been winter. So this is summer. Winter would have been okay because we're in winter now, right? So summer. He's going to have to stand up against a few people in regards to moving away from this situation. It's not easy at all. He's got to stand up. He has to do what he's doing, which is make a plan, and he's got to come with the right answers. He's going to have to be able to justify his actions whenever he's dealing with this young lady and her peoples, because I don't think she's alone. She's got backup somewhere. This is so confusing the way they do this. Okay, here we go. So sorry. All right. Five of Forces, upright. This seasonal cycle reveals how best to spend your energy at this time. The beautiful sunlit sky of summer overlooks farmers working hard on their growing crops. Summer is a yang time of great activity, so this is your notice to get along, to get going. Action is an important part of this cycle, and it can take more forms. There may be something you can do to accelerate your professional life. This may also be the perfect time to take steps towards your personal goals. Perhaps get more exercise, plan more social events, start a fun activity that you've been wanting to do. You may also reflect on what actions or other perspective would attract a new romance and enhance your love life. This card tells you to consider what needs to be done, and then go for it. This cycle is the perfect time to create a smiling, self-loving energy and project it outward for the world to see. Also, don't be surprised if a trip is coming your way. This card implies movement of some kind, so get ready. So there seems that it's going to be some kind of a change. It says, close your eyes and with a deep breath, fill yourself with the calm and perceptive energy of yin. Sense what situation in your life requires a peaceful yielding now. Then take another deep breath. Exhale the yin and inhale the yang. Feel creative and powerful yang energy fill you. Where do you want to apply speed and action most in your life right now? Well, we know what that is. So I think this is saying for you to plan, to go forward with your part of this. To plan, first of all, do you, okay? Take control of your life. Don't wait for him to get it together with this situation, because it might not happen for a while. And if nothing else, it's not going to happen until summer, okay? So you got quite a while to wait. And I think it's telling you in the meantime that you need to work on what's going on in your own life, okay? What are your plans? What do you need to study? What do you need to figure out while he's working around this? balance. One, two, three, 4, 5. You actually have 5 major arcanas. Lots of 5s going on here. Creativity. Balance. Let's look here for balance. Seven of Forces, and a 7 is perfection, right? Again, talking about creativity, perfection. Divinity. Balance. This card reveals a time of harmony, balance, and justice in your life. A deck holds balanced scales. The desk has balanced scales, scrolls, and stacks of paper. Shelves of books grace a wall where an open door. The door opens into the light-filled room. Upright, this card indicates that a time of balance is at hand. All systems, through the body, through nature, and through society, seek to achieve balance. Stop and consider the parts of your life that you can bring into greater balance. During this time, the universe helps you do so. You may have to confront important legal issues. You may have to deal with paperwork of some kind, and there may be a need for legal action regarding property, inheritances, work contracts, custodies, or divorce. Be patient and pay attention to details, as technicalities will be important right now. But things bode well. Justice is at hand. Take heart at the sight of the golden light that washes over this scene. It is a sign that all issues will come to light and that a beneficial and just resolution is coming your way. Justice is balance in society. But the Akashic records show that justice is not limited strictly to court and contracts. Justice and reciprocity are energetic. So the energy you put forth now will return to you in the future. Remember that your energy production is up to you. Continue to be aware of your thoughts and actions. Inner balance now leads to a beautiful destiny tomorrow. Close your eyes and see yourself putting on the robes of a court judge. Look upon any situation in your life that requires a balanced understanding, whether it is an actual legal matter or any other situation. See it with the wisdom of Solomon and determine what to do next. So as I was saying before about his side of the story and her side of the story, and the truth is somewhere in between, I think this is what we're talking about here. You don't know the whole story. You don't know what he may have put her through. I don't think that you do. So that may be something that you need to maybe see if you can find out. I don't know how you would find out unless you talk directly to her. But I also know that you could pray about it and find out, you know. Ask the divine to give you a revelation before you go to sleep at night. Pray about it. Keep a piece of paper and a pencil by your bed. And when you wake up in the morning, jot down the impressions that you have as soon as you can, focus. Write down the impressions. Or if you even remember your dreams, write down the dream. There may be answers for you within that. Okay? If not, you can still pray about it. You can still ask the divine to reveal it to you. What is going on? Not about what really is going on with him, because we already know what he's doing. He's playing a waiting game, but he's putting forth that there's a reason for it, and it's because she is so volatile, and he just wants to make sure that there's nothing affecting his kid. And that's common. That's a common theme. They're not even original. Okay, so all right. So we're gonna blame everything on the child's mother. All right, but maybe, and she could be all that he's saying that she is. But also remember, I don't know where this came from, but you and him have a fight, and he goes and tells it to another friend. Nothing romantic, nothing. That fight is going to make you sound crazier than you were. Because that's how they take it when we react. How will we react? It's an overreaction. Unless we just stand there and just look at them and just, seethe and don't say anything. And that's scarier than any outburst that you can have. Sometimes just just letting them know the look of disappointment. That's a killer. I've been told that, at least by one character, that the worst thing that he ever felt when dealing with me was my face, the look that I had on my face, that he didn't even see anger, he just saw disappointment. But anything beside that, any way you react, crazy women, this and that, whatever. Remember that. So when he's telling you these little, stories and situations concerning this woman or any other woman, just remember, they see our reactions differently than we do. We may think that our actions are reasonable, but they don't see it like that, and they're certainly not going to tell it like that. So just keep in mind, there's always three sides to these stories. And I think that's what it's telling you about this situation too. There's three sides to this story. Okay. Let's see. We can get anything about this relationship between he and you. Now again, there's an inspiration. He feels that you inspire him somehow. So he needs you there. He needs you there. And there is going to be a change. There definitely is going to be a change. That's what Michael, the Archangel, is saying here. Paths are going to be open. Just be careful with what you sign. And pay attention to the details. Five months from now would be May, right? May is spring. Love partnership. 26. And that's 8. That's divinity. Okay, so situation will improve. Balance, love partnership. Love partnership, situation will improve. Balance. I think that there's a connective color scheme going on in here too. There's a lot of blues. A lot of blue and purple and pink and yellow. Okay, let's see what love partnership is about here. But I think that's a good indicator for you. Love partnership. And these are the numerology cards by Michelle Buchanan. 26. This card indicates a time when a romantic partnership is about to enter your life. Perhaps you're single or you're about to meet someone special, or maybe your current relationship is about to progress to a deeper level of understanding and commitment. Either way, love is just around the corner, provided you believe. In the meantime, you're being encouraged to focus on what you have to offer rather than what you'd like to receive. By doing so, you attract a mutually loving relationship that serves both parties' needs. Remember, you must believe that love exists in order to attract it into your life. So work on any limiting beliefs or negative thoughts that you may have about love. So none of this giving up, none of this walking away. If this is what you want, you're going to have to stick with it for a little while. At least till May. In order to improve your current situation, why did I say that? Because of the 5? Okay. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life that are leading you towards a romantic love relationship. So love and appreciate yourself as you are today. Embrace your imperfections and be assured that you're worthy of love. Your loved one will appear when you know without a doubt that you are lovable and deserving. Ashe. Okay, so Spirit said to bring out the postcards from Spirit. All right. Okay, and let's see about the Yana Van Zant today until today card. Let's get one of those first, and then we'll get a postcard from the Spirit about this relationship. Until Today by Yana Van Zant. Yes, I bought another box. I bought another deck of these cards because these are fantastic, and I just, if something happens to them, I have a fit. So I figured I better get it backup just in case the manufacturer starts publishing it or something. These are old. These were out a long time ago. I forgive myself for being critical of my mother. Until today, you may have been harboring resentment or negative opinions about your mother and the way that she did or did not mother you. Just for today, forgive yourself for judging your mother for being who she is or was. This could also be talking about you judging the other young lady as a mother. That's what I'm getting. That's the message about that. But at the same time, definitely, healing family issues came up earlier. And you know what? Maybe your mother found herself, maybe this is saying that maybe your mother or some important woman in your life had to make decisions about staying in a relationship with someone that maybe people would have advised her against, or maybe she left someone that maybe she should have stayed with, and you may have had your own thoughts about that. You may have criticized her for her decisions, and is telling you now, hey, maybe you judged her too harshly, because look what you're doing. Just saying. Let's see if there's another message. I guess so. I know that I don't have to know. I know that I don't have to know. Just for today, you may have believed that it was your duty and responsibility to know everything. Just for today, be willing to admit that you don't know it all. Open yourself to receiving new information from unexpected and expected sources. I know that I don't have to know. I think this is just talking about you relaxing, sitting back. Maybe this is a lesson for you to give up some of the control. Let someone else, let divine timing or someone else's you have to trust someone else's judgment. If you're going to be in a relationship with the person, then you need to start to be able to trust their judgment. And maybe this is a test for you to see whether or not you can be patient. See whether or not you can let someone else take the lead. That could be what it is, trying to teach you humility. Ashego. The next card that came up says, trying to hide what I feel does not work. Trying to hide what I feel does not work. So, you need to express yourself, but I guess they're telling you how to do it. Until today, you may have understood that harboring feelings creates tension in a relationship, and that what you feel is an important step towards healing yourself and another. Just for today, lovingly express your feelings in a way that honors yourself and others. So maybe whenever you do talk to him about the situation with his child's mother, don't be judgmental about her. Don't even get into that. Focus him back here with you. Okay? Don't let him venture off and talking about the kid or anything like that. You already got that part of it. You already know that. The point is that why are you here? What does he want from you? Does he want you to stick around? Does he want you to move on? Those are part of the heart-to-heart conversations that maybe he needs to be having with you or you need to be having with him. Ask him the right questions. What is this? What is the end game here? What is my position here? Am I just, your friend? Am I your girl? Am I your woman? Are we together? And if he can't give you any good answers, if he hasn't decided yet, then the only thing that you can do is make a decision for yourself. But I think it's going to be okay with the two of you. I really do. You just have to be patient. I think that this is a lesson for you. I think this is about learning how to give up control and suspiciousness and be patient and wait. No matter how hard it is. At least till May. Let's give it 5 months. Okay? Unless something crazy happens and then you have to walk away from him before then. But let's give it 5 months. See what happens. All right, let's see what the postcards from Spirit have to say. And thank you again for your patience. And I know this is long. I was just trying to make sure that I addressed your questions as well as I could. And since you waited such a long time, you don't have to watch it all in one sitting if you don't want to. But so let's see what happens. Like I said, and you can get back to me in May. Let me know what happened, unless something happens beforehand. I mean, if you get an engagement ring or something, I expect an email with an attachment of a picture. All right, you got 3. All right. Okay, this one says you are loved. And these are by Colleen Colette Baron Reed, Postcards from the Spirit. Separate messages from the Spirit to each of us. The next card you got here says, Lord have mercy. Oh boy, I'm sorry about that. This one says you are not alone. It's beautiful. There's a guardian angel. So this one is you're not alone. You are loved. Let me see what happens when I hold it to the computer. Maybe it's saying hope floats. Not sure. Let's see. Dearest you, on Earth, humans must learn about life by telling stories and creating new ones based on shared experiences. Eventually, after repeating one often enough, it becomes your main story that you use to define yourself and the world. So to get the answers you seek, you must be vulnerable and hear your story when you tell it. Ask, why did I tell you that? Is it really true? What else can be true? Can you see the truth that spirit is in all things? Do you see how other stories overlap and intertwine? Spirit loves stories, for they are like blueprints for co-creation. So tell the one we know to be true about you. A story of courage, gratitude, and honesty. Tell an empowered story about well-being, wisdom, and grace. You will experience your world according to the story you tell about it, so make sure that they're stories you're proud of. A genuine, loving fan club. So the Egun is saying that they love you and they support you and that they admire you. That's cool. But think about the things that are going on in your life. Is this a story that you'll be proud of? You have to think about it. Don't jump to a conclusion either, because it could, maybe something looks one way, but actually, when you think about it, it's positive. You might think that something you're doing is positive, and actually, when you think about it, it's negative. So this is about what will the stories sound like to your grandchildren, or to yourself later on. All right, so let's see. You are loved. Dear you, do you feel like you need to do all the work and fix everything for everyone? Or you might not have any value. Maybe you think you need to control everything or else nothing will get done. Nothing will be healed, completed, etc. You may think you need to conform to what others expect of you, or choose a course of action to manipulate an outcome. But we don't think that that would be a good idea. How about this? Even if it makes you temporarily uncomfortable to do something different, set that boundary. Delegate responsibilities to another. Ask for your needs to be met. And when faced with an impossible situation or sticky and meshed relationship, Repeat this mantra. I didn't cause it, I can't control it, and it's not my job to cure it. Then carry on. Feel good, doesn't it? The best part is everything just seems to work beautifully and honestly in the end. Love you so much. Alright, so I'm going to hold this here so you can read it. And let me do that with this one too. Alright, so now the last postcard. That was really a good message. Well, both of them did, but that one really, I think, tied in with the reading. This one is You're Not Alone. Dearest you, there are times you get lost but refuse to see your part in things. Happens to everyone. Something feels familiar but sort of off. If you're feeling confused, it's best to throw away that map you're using, which only lets you navigate based on your past experiences. This isn't what you need right now. Instead, take a deep breath and open up to the truth. A desire to stay in denial means that part of you doesn't want to be responsible for the pattern that's shown up in your life. Yes, this is the right time to wake up and start again. By the way, you will always get another chance. You have unlimited chances to start again. We love you so much, we really do. Be gentle with yourself. Coming out of denial is like being temporarily blinded by super bright yellow. Allow your eyes to adjust. Carry on, special one. A beautiful life awaits. Loving you so much. Okay, so that way you can screenshot it and read it again to yourself if you need to. Okay, you can do those affirmations. So, darling, thank you so much for your patience. I hope that this was worth the wait. Ask the divine to create divine order in this situation. Ask for divine order. Ask for things that are going to work out for the best of all those involved. Okay? Even the baby mama. The best for everyone involved. Okay? Spirit don't play favorites. Well, the divine don't play favorites. Your ego are going to play favorites because they're your people. But just ask for order to be established so that you can get on with this love partnership. And ask Clyde to start telling Bonnie what's up. And if he doesn't, yes, you can give him a little ghost treatment, because he'll certainly do it to you. That's what cancers do. You can give him a little piece of his own medicine. Don't call him. Not for a long time, I'm just saying. If you're used to calling him every single day, don't call. Or call like late at night instead of early in the day, check good morning or any of that. Don't text him, none of that. Just let him see what life is like without you. And it's not about playing games. It's about letting them know, come on now. If this is a friendship, you at least got to be reciprocal, right? That's the third time I said that word. We've said that word tonight, reciprocity. Yeah, it's about a give and take. That's what a relationship is. And if he's not able to participate like that because he's got other things going on, good, fine, but he should try to be honest about it. I know this is asking a lot, but I think the main problem is that he's a Cancer and he doesn't express himself. So he's used to maybe other people initiating things for him. You initiating things for him. So okay. Initiate a conversation about this situation and just, say, okay, I know this about your child and this and that, but where do I fit into this equation? He should know by now. And if he tells you, I don't know, or anything like that, okay, don't get mad at all. Or at least don't let him see you get mad. Don't show out. Just let him know how disappointed you are in his behavior. And assure him that you will continue to keep him in your prayers. Always and forever. Anyway, tell him to kick rocks if you don't have a good explanation or a good game plan that you can be in on. All right? Not that you want to be, really like sitting in the car when he goes to see the kid and that kind of stuff. None of that ugliness. No. But at least let you know what his plans are going forward. That's part of being a partner. That's part of being in a relationship. Trusting the person that you're with enough to say, well, this is my plans. I mean, you don't want to know if there's going to be any violence or murder. You don't need to know none of that. Okay, so maybe he's creating deniable plausibility for you, but more than likely, no. So just say, well, what do you see where do you see this relationship in 5 months? There's the 5 months. Okay. Ask him that when you talk to him. Where do you see this relationship between you and I? After he talks all about the crazy baby mama and all this other stuff, complain. All right. Okay. But, where do you see us by June? Where do you see us by May? What do you expect me to be doing while you're doing all of this? How do you envision my part in this plan? And it may just startle him because maybe he wasn't thinking about you because they don't think about other people. They think about themselves because they're crabs. I love them. Believe me, I know. They can be infuriating. And they're like oblivious to how it's affecting anybody beside themselves because they can't see outside of the shell. So, maybe by May, that's when the soft shells are getting ready to turn. Maybe that's when they get harvested. I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I don't keep up with them like that, but I'm saying maybe. So I know I said good night already, so good night already again, and thank you so much, and thank you for your interest, and I will be talking to you soon. All right, keep me posted, but we're not doing readings this often again. Every other month, you may, unless something outrageous happens, or you get an engagement ring, and then I expect you to send me a picture. Okay? So, thanks again, and we'll be talking soon.